The team stands. The team stands next to the king. The once dead king, not honestly that long ago. As you had vanquished your enemy, as you had vanquished your ally, you managed to bring back one alive, and thankfully enough, it was your friend. Housed in a container by both Dust and Opal, the defeat of Glacia had come to an end. However, the story has yet to conclude. Each trial, tribulation, and each corruption of form had altered various things within the kingdom. A change within itself that has or will leave a lasting mark on the kingdom and the world, and your own lives in turn. With the future untold, we will tell it today, and where that future lies, we will see at the end. Your team has vanquished Glacia. Nikolai, with your help, you managed to get people out of the holes, out of the very, very deep 200 feet, truly canyons. Taking them out and making sure everyone else is safe, you managed to save a whole bunch of people. Unfortunately, a good amount of the crowd has died as, well, they weren't that strong. And those that were died thanks to the earthquake, unfortunately. One such person that did die wasn't because of the earthquake. It was because they were a nuisance. And then Glacia accidentally killed them. One Menno. Lieutenant Vice had died defending his kingdom and his people. And the rest of the people had died in turn. The king had stated and did state that they will be taken care of, funerals, their family members will be contacted, and they will be given a stipend for their services to the crown and kingdom. The deal was made prior to this, and he will honor and respect the people that have fallen today. After a good clearing of the area and making sure that everything is as safe as sound, your team regroups here after a good rest. Ada, Dust, Nikolai, and everyone else that is here, go ahead and fill your bars up to full health. I don't know if you'll be fighting, but we'll see. But King Rello has summoned you once more after everything has been cleared. Walter has returned back to life thanks to the team. And Queen Pearl has been saved prior in turn to both Nikolai and Lieutenant Vice, making sure that she got out unscathed. The king then states towards you and the rest of the crowd that's standing here today, and the very few mercenaries that survived this ordeal. I do thank you, and I do honor you, not only today, but in your trials to come in the future. I cannot say and should not ask you for more, but I do honor you, and as such, titles will be given. To the hand of Nikolai, you may decree a title, you may decree a land, and if there's something I can help you with, you may decree thrice as well. To the strong forest Ada, you are given a title. You are decreed a plot of land, and you're decreed a favor. If it is something I can do, I will do. And I'm not sure how he would address Dust, so I'm going to go with what I had here. There's no bad connotation to it. It's more like grandiose than anything else.
Okay.
It just sounds weird because the word I'm going to add is flavored.
Flavor?
It's like outstanding. I'm gonna go with outstanding because to the flavored dust sounds weird. It felt weird, but I put it there and never changed it.
Yeah. And truth be told, I can expect that because of the entire party, Dust has done more for the kingdom than anybody else.
Yeah. And to the outstanding dust. Among your peers, you are honored with a title. You are honored with the land, if you so choose to stay here. And you are honored with a favor, if it is something I can do. I will do. And to my children, and the children beyond my own lineage, naming the rest of the mercenaries here, your own team, and his warriors. You have all survived this day, and in turn, we will survive tomorrow, thanks to your strengths. So you may be given what I've already asked of you, and if you continue to move forward with us tomorrow, then you'll be given something anew. So I ask you first, the Heroes of Hope's contract. What is it that I can help you with? And what can I do to honor your sacrifices?
Dust, would you like to go first? I'm supposing you would.
Above game, I'm thinking of it
Oh,
right
okay.
now. So, if you guys have something that you want,
Big Lion, you want to start?
Well, King. What was the titles you were thinking of?
Knight would be the first, but that is not. So that is below your own standing now.
How about head mage?
We do have a head mage. However, I can honestly state that you had far surpassed their own standing here today. You've all literally revived me more than once. It's kind of a given.
I can't claim that. That was Ada.
The royal you.
Well, you did it the first time.
Oh, wow. Yeah. With the health potion, but that wasn't my magic, but just to clarify. But anyways, yes, indeed. With that, I would assume that I could take some more inquisitive learning from more of the scholars that are about, and then learn more about what duties a head mage could do, as long as I could find some books and maybe even a tome that I could call my own. I don't know if that would be a favor of yours, but that would be what my hope would be.
We will look into the information that you seek, and we will find a book and a tome for your magic. And before he continues, Opal, being the person that she is, does state, no thanks, King. It'll probably blow up in his face. So I'm gonna have to probably build something for him.
Yeah, actually, Opal, I wouldn't mind that. That sounds like a smart idea. But we could take some knowledge from what they do have at the academy here.
I mean the book specifically. You're like made kind of chaotic magic. I don't think the book would be stable in your hands.
Quite true. Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't suppose what I think there's more to the favor about I have some spells in mind that I would think about looking for some spell scrolls that I could find if that would be possible. Maybe from a local scripture, scryer, cartographer, yes. magic photographer. Do you know one of those?
We have many a cartographer, but unfortunately, our scrolls have been seized quite some time ago by, I don't know who, but a criminal organization that has moved them and interlocked them around the kingdom, and they are currently under investigation. However, we will help you with what we can. And
That
Opal,
sounds like a mission I could go start on.
Opal does state, didn't we hear something about spell scrolls going into the black market a while ago?
Nikolai kind of like pauses a second, and then he's like, "Oh, yeah."
Good a way of getting them without having to pay.
I mean, there's also the father of the daughter that I'm getting to know, planning to marry, hopefully.
Well, can't help you with that, but I can definitely help you hunting down spell scroll thieves.
Yeah, he runs the spell scroll people, doesn't he? That's what I remember. There was like he's part of the never mind. Anyways,
No, he does not. I believe it was another group.
It was another group,
no.
but he was investigating that because they were also causing trouble in his city.
See. Okay. Well, that's all of mine. I don't know what the land, though. I guess that can be discussed at a later date.
Of course. Archmage Nikolai, Earl of our kingdom. And Earl is quite a high, prestigious honor. It is a, honestly, like general level, like
Wow.
military leader, which is fitting.
That sounds fun.
Looks towards the rest of the group. Ada, Dust, do you have any ideas?
Ada, are you ready to go, or do you want some more time?
I don't know. Let's see. You want to start?
So you're not ready?
No, I am ready. I'm just
Okay,
wondering.
then go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay, hang on. Siblings are big. Like, give me a minute. Sorry.
Ada, you just muted yourself.
Yeah, they said to give him a minute.
Oh.
The siblings they just got home and they were being loud.
Ah.
Yeah. Ada would look up to the king. I want to fix the mistakes I have caused around the world, really, around this city, country. I wish to put Rowan Winters and my parents on trial for the crimes they have caused. They have worked with Glacia, has also caused corruption, and, well, my parents were generally bad people who wanted to work with Glacia in the first place. And I want them to be stripped from their magic. I do not want them to be killed. That will just give them an easy way out.
Correct. Those that have...
Oh, sorry.
No, please continue.
No, go ahead. Continue.
You are correct in this. Those that have caused so much strife within our kingdom, a more extended punishment should be attributed to this.
And I wish to have custody over my younger siblings who are not old enough to take care of themselves. There's Bria, there's Michael, and I need to remember the last name. Hang on. It's been a while since I used their names.
That's fair.
Okay, there's Ben. Wait, yep. Hang on. Sorry about that. Yep. Hang on. Man, I said you so much in the past, Dongma. This is more frustrating than I thought it was going to be. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
Is it in your bio?
I don't know if I placed it in my bio. I don't think I did.
It's in
Yes,
our
I'm-
direct chat. It's information you gave me.
It was, yeah, I know. It's really a long time ago. Okay, I was ready to. Liar. That was the last name I couldn't remember. There's Bria, Bennett, and there's Liar. They're still young. They don't have a chance to go on their own. And I'd rather not have them be separated from each other.
I understand this. Looking towards Walter, who is a book-learned prince, not a warrior-bound prince, is actually studious and structured within his knowledge base. Looking towards his father, he does state, "From what I remember, Father, these children are within the Magic Academy, within our capital city. It wouldn't be a problem, or at least not a simple thing, to place custody upon Miss Ada. However, depending on what they may do in the future, we can house them in our own castle walls. If he looks towards you, then Ada, if you would like that in turn."
I wish it upon them to make that decision. I want them to live a life, not be what my parents wanted them to be.
Of course. But if they live here within these walls, at the very least, a lot of people will be thinking twice in ever causing them harm. You have my word on this, Miss Ada. If it weren't for you and Sir Nikolai, I would not be alive here today, so I at least owe you that much.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry, parents. And there's still. Oh my gosh. Hang on. I'm so- There we go. All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. You promised that you'll keep them safe, right?
Of course.
I trust you. Sure.
He nods, bows, and does state, looks towards his father. Father, I believe, also in turn of plot of land, making sure that it is within a rural area so people that are in the area will be seen as visitors, and if not, will be easily viewed as strangers. If that is to your liking, Miss Ada?
That'll be perfect. Thank you.
Of course. He begins to make paperwork documents on a nice cottage in the woods that would definitely pleasant, and if a bigger compound needs to be constructed, you can definitely have that done. It'd be your plot of land, but it'd be wide open that unless someone, no, I'm not gonna say it this way. It'd be wide open so you can easily see people heading towards you, which either means they're gonna be a stranger or someone that knows where you live, so someone you've invited.
Nice. All right.
The king then states, "This will be done." Then looks towards Dust. Oh wait, before he says that, "This will be done." And then he gets some mark on his face and does state, "Marquis Ada Wire," and you know that your own parents are viscounts, which is a good title, but this is 2 above theirs.
Rub it in their faces.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna say that. That's sweet. All right. is like holding in her excitement. She's like, oh, yes. Um,
Mm.
Mm.
There are things that you can like. Before we get to Dust, there are also your older siblings. Ada, there's Astrid, there is
Yeah.
Historia, and Azel.
Aziel, I
Aziel.
don't Aziel. Sorry.
Aziel, yeah.
I was gonna say this. I don't know if Ada could have custody over them since they're old enough to live on their own.
Like,
because they're. So go ahead.
I'm just gonna say that these three will be informed that you've gained custody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ada's still gonna visit them anyways, no matter what.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And the problem wasn't your siblings; it was your parents who were the problem.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But King Rello does then turn towards Dust.
Ugh.
Mm.
Well, I am very gracious for the land. And even though I will inform you right now, I will be leaving this plane to be with my patron. I do desire this plot of land so that I can gather my clan who has been scattered there. There.
Dust.
Yes.
You know that we could just get a plot of land next to each other, and then I could help while you're in the other realm, and then organize some of your clan because I'm just going to be doing studies.
I mean, I was about to ask, could we still keep in contact with one another?
Oh, yes. No. Like, I'll still be able to come back and forth between the planes, but
Oh, I'm not going to go over to that plane very often. I'm just yes.
Yes. No, we'll still stay in contact, and I can still freely move about.
Yeah, I do like the flying worms, though.
But probably the biggest request that I would have would be the authorization to be able to open up some mines, or a mine within the kingdom, so that I can gather resources for my crafting, as well as a livelihood for my crafts, for my clan as well.
The king looks towards his son, and Walter does state, well, that is possible. I will state, though, that making a mountain more making a mine viable for living is a little bit harder, but not impossible, especially with your own skill set. I can definitely find a plot of land that will encompass a mine system. Would you prefer one that is an open mine or one that goes into the mountain?
Truth be told, I do not necessarily want an established mine. That's one thing that I would like to do. One of the things that I'd like to do, and the time that I will have, is to go look for a location myself and to see if I can find one. Of course, I will give the kingdom a cut of what comes out, but I would just like the ability to start a mine, and it doesn't necessarily have to be on that plot of land that is given. Kingdom can still own the land, as far as I'm aware, but I would just like to have the rights to actually go start a mine.
Oh, that can certainly be done. Like he does state, I can definitely begin the preparations for a mining contract between the kingdom and you, Sir Dust. Beyond those scopes of land, we can definitely find and assign you a temporary plot of land if you'd like, and then a permanent one once a mine that you have found is operational. That way you don't have to continue to travel between both areas. Or if you prefer your land to be further away from the mine, which often than not people do, that can also be done.
A little further away, but not too far.
Of course. He begins to draw out papers for a quite literal mining contract between you and the kingdom. It is fair. It is sufficient. You'll receive a good amount and portions of minerals deposits. 10% will head towards the kingdom, and the rest of the percentage will then be either to you or sold to the kingdom at a fair rate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's agreeable.
The 10% is you wouldn't technically own that plot of land, but you would be working it, so that'd be the current pay of them. Walter can shrink it down to 5%, but I just went with 10% as a base price, and then depending on what is found there, it can go lower.
Yeah, and really, Dust is perfectly fine with a 10% giving to the kingdom, and it's very much like, I don't want to take everything. They're gonna want something out of this, and it will help the kingdom to prosper. This mine. So.
With also the 10%, you also get station guards in the area, work site for people that will eventually be working the mine outside of just you, because one man can mine an entire mountain, but it's going to take a long time.
Oh, no. Dust is actually going to be mining very little. He's essentially going to go find the mine and get people to work it for him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the 10% is for documents, work, bureaucratic things. Also paying the miners their fee. Setting up a guard station tower there, setting up a mining village there. That'll all be covered by the 10%. The rest you can do with what you will.
Yes. But on top of this, I do have one other request.
That being?
Going forward, can the rulers of this kingdom please at least do something, some training to increase their stamina?
King Rello does state, I'll have you know I'm a level 7 fighter. I'm quite competent in my skills. Which would be good if, he wasn't facing a demon lord. Or a devil lord.
I'm sorry, it just seemed like everybody was going down a little too fast.
Oh yeah, for sure. Unfortunately, they are not heroes of the kingdom. They are bureaucrats.
Yeah.
This is more just like the king razzing you for a little bit. That being said, though, based off of what we've just encountered, definitely no harm in that.
I am not expecting some brute of everybody training to be brutes. No, continue that. I'm just trained to become a little stronger.
Agreed. Looks towards his son. We will continue your martial training beyond the point that we had left it. You've already gained your intellectual skills. Perhaps we go into more martial ones beyond the base stats. That is fair. I barely survived. If it wasn't for a mercenary already in the hole, I'd probably be dead right now. So I am more than willing to train. As will I. And the guards stand at attention and look towards the king. As will they, apparently. That is a more than agreeable term, Sir Dust.
I tilt my head and lean it towards Grok. Couldn't Sir Grok be promoted to be an assistant to training those that are in need of more skills?
That would be actually an excellent idea. Grok, one of the few people that got out of the hole, only other person was Opal. Sure, I suppose. Thank you. Looks towards Nikolai and like nods. Approval.
Mhm.
Very well then. We will set forth within reason immediately, getting to the back to the basics. And thank you, Dust, for all that you've done. Or should I say, Viscount. Viscount is lower than Marquis and Earl, but it's higher than Baron and Knight. It's not the highest title. However, you're also getting a lot of other stuff, so.
King Rello, I have another small, just not request, but just I believe our friends here that we've been traveling with also deserve a little bit of deserved gratitude. I know that they weren't helpful in this most recent fight as much as they could have been. Not Whisper, but she was very helpful. There was a big fissure, but I don't think we would have gotten here without them. We would have gotten to this point if we didn't have the people that we've been traveling with.
Of course. Looking towards the team, he does state, any of you that seek a favor, perhaps a title, or perhaps a plot of land, please feel free to speak. Grok, being the quite literal military man, this is his job. Like, he's not going to ask for any more. The king is still going to give him something, but Grok is going to be the honorable knight and, like, state, the only thing I seek is to continue to protect this land, its people, and the princess in turn. I have done my job. And I thank you, Sir Nikolai, for your
I nod
kind
at him.
words. King Rillo does nod. Very well then. I'm going to send money at your house. Looks towards the next person. Fauna does state.
Family too.
Yeah. Fauna does state. I don't know. Can you help me find my mom? I dependent. Do you have any leads? She left the wild forest a while ago.
I have a few potential leads that we can discuss. Later.
Very well. We will help out in this endeavor as well. Okay. Thanks. Anytime. We'll also give you like a magical weapon or something. Looks towards Whisper.
No. Nikolai shakes his head no.
Looks towards Whisper. Technically, kind of with Grok here. I'm in the Order of Talons, the shadows within the kingdom, taking on dirty jobs that are not. Oh, I told you this a while ago, Nikolai.
Whisper, why don't you just ask for amnesty?
Oh yeah, I forgot. My old employers are literally hunting me down. How about some amnesty? For sure, yes. You literally saved the kingdom. I cannot see how your employers would retort or rebuttal amnesty. Okay, I'm all good. Very well done. Perhaps a higher title within your organization so you have more leeway. Sure, I guess. I guess that way I can, operate my own could operate my own group of people, and then don't be hassled by people wondering where I am. Sounds good? Looks towards Opal. Oh, I'm not part of your kingdom. I'll take money, though. Of course. And if you'd like, you can be a part of our kingdom.
Oh, Opal, I think I would very much like it if you could assist me in some magical endeavors and be my assistant, for a better word. I mean, maybe like partner. Yes.
Partner is probably better to say than assistant.
Well, I mean, she knows more about magic than I do.
Then are you the partner?
I have the better title.
King Willow does state, perhaps looks towards Opal. Vice Mage to the Archmage. How about higher tier higher mage? That's not a title. How about better mage? That's just a description of your own mage skills, and that's not a title still.
High mage is a title. I'm just an archmage, which is better than a high mage.
Yeah, I don't like that. How about just wizard? She then thinks
Okay.
about it.
Great.
Sure. Like you're saying this stuff, and Opal just states, "How about Wizard Opal?"
Ooh, I like this.
King does state, "Sure. We can do that." Wizard Opal. Any real reason why? Oh yeah, a lot of the mages don't or didn't want to teach me stuff, so they didn't give me the title wizard. I'm just gonna do it to piss them off. Fair, I guess. Already agreed to it. Wizard Opal.
I
Yep.
love that.
Yep.
That's great. That is great.
There's so much happening that it's just like we're giving these things just to piss off
People in our background.
Yeah.
I was gonna mention Advocate, unless you're continuing, Dogma.
The rest will give their stuff. Quill asks for cash. Quinn asks for amnesty of their past because they're technically also criminals. Vera
Right.
asks for a plot of land that won't be hassled or messed with. Sparkle is honestly honorable, stating that all she asks for is a second chance, which she does get, and some cash.
Oh, nice.
I will do vols later, but go ahead, Ada.
I was gonna ask Advocate, so the children are going to live with us inside the castle under protection? Is that the summary of it?
Yeah.
Or Ada's siblings? Okay. Can I change my mind?
Sure.
I feel like Ada would have liked her siblings to live with her at least.
Yeah.
And learn how to protect themselves, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Like, while they're in school, they'll be housed at the castle. While they're not in school, they'll be sent to you.
Yeah.
Is what the general thought of
Okay.
what was going on.
All right. I was confused again. Sorry.
That's okay.
Anyways, continue. Go ahead.
Yeah. Like, the school they're going to is a boarding school, so while they're in school, they'll be housed within the castle walls, is what Walter was saying.
Oh, okay. I see.
Just as an added protection,
Yeah.
because not only will there be the stigma that you are now their guardian as a
Mhm.
hero, but they also will have the stigma of their parents are traitors. To the
Yeah.
crown.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of protecting them from both.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If anyone does try to mess with anyone, they're literally going against the king and crown, so not the smartest idea. But while they're not in school, they'll definitely be sent to you. While you're here, you can definitely call for them. Like, you are their guardian. That is for sure going to happen, and you supersede any other thing. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
The last person that does state something is Vol, and looking towards her brother, her mother, her father, does state, amnesty. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Can you elaborate? Amnesty from being the princess. I'm still confused.
He wants to go out and look at the world and not have to worry about being in the royal family and having her diligence to be here and stuck in a castle.
I am now no longer confused. Thank you, Nikolai. It honestly frightened me if I gave you this, as it would likely terrify many parents. But you and your team have demonstrated their abilities, have demonstrated their keen minds, their sharp wits, and their overall strength. Message at least once a week, and I'll be granted. Okay. Just worry about you. I know. And then, like, go back and forth for a bit. Very well, then. Thank you. To you and yours. The mage in the background that helped you guys try to fight Glacia and only, like, hit twice. Get something, too. Probably gets money.
Wow. Okay. That's, yeah.
Oh,
You did?
they were really.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it works.
The one random mage that survived all this somehow.
Hey, can I? I'm gonna say something funny to Dust because I want him. Not this is like in game, but I'm telling it in his mind. Dust, you know we left a giant hoard of gold in that temple down by the Qatar, right?
You'll hear a soft chuckle, and then Dust will just kind of look over to him, and Nikolai will definitely see a twinkle in his eye.
Oh, okay.
King Rello does not know why Dust is, like, slightly chuckling.
It'd be like low pitch. About the only people who would hear him is those immediately around him. Maybe the queen.
Yeah.
But definitely not the king.
The queen will probably, like, smile at this, thinking that, like, you're jovial. The king then states, very well done. Thank you in turn. And may your futures be bright, and hopefully the kingdom be bright as well.
Thank you.
Of course. You are then released to do the jobs that you are set to do. You all have given me a good amount of information on what you're trying to do, point in moving forwards, and we will be rolling initiative for this.
Ooh, fun times.
Ooh, one last time. I'm not gonna sing Hamilton. Okay.
I'm going to be adding one more thing. I'm going to quickly add. And I'll message it to you, Dogma.
All right.
Is initiative an ability check?
What?
I guess so.
Oh wait, I don't have that. Never mind. Sorry, I don't have it yet. I don't have the thing I asked for. Right, Dogma.
Oh wow, that's
Is it a level up perk or is it
a level up perk?
You would.
I would have. Oh no, it's not a perk. It's the actual physical item that I asked for Opal.
Oh, not immediately. Like, not right now. I suppose you would eventually. So yes, you would.
Sorry, I wouldn't have those spells though.
Eventually, you would. So
okay.
This is like stuff that'll be happening in the coming weeks and months. So I'm gonna say you have some of the stuff. So go ahead and roll with the item.
You got a negative.
Okay, I'm gonna do this.
For
Can I use silvery barbs on initiative?
Yeah, I was like,
Think so?
video?
Is it a
On-
reroll?
You get it. I get it. So a triggering creature must. I guess can I use it on my friends or can I use it on me? I don't want to use it on against them. I guess Ada can re-roll, but I don't think she's gonna get a lower roll.
Is this for another creature? So I don't think you can do it to yourself.
Well, no, you can. I'm basically my reaction would be to make triggering creature is uncertain. So basically, can Ada re-roll?
She would have to take the lower of the two rolls.
Yeah, but she already got a low roll,
Yeah, I did.
so it doesn't. I mean, it's not really.
You can.
I-
Just for fun.
Okay, cool.
If I get a down one, that'd be funny.
Oh,
Oh,
And a 14. So 14's the higher. I forgot to click my character though.
I got it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the one of the things I got. So
All right. Based off of this, we will go with Nikolai first. Let's see.
mm.
Let's go with this one.
Where are we going to first?
you.
As you guys
No.
as you guys are moving about and beginning to help out your own endeavors, you help out the kingdom, and in turn, the kingdom helps you out. As you are knowledgeable in your own standing, in your own things, we overlook the kingdom itself, overlook the capital, and we have Nikolai and Opal currently standing at the top of a very large tower. One might call it a mage tower. As you stand, Opal does give you a book. The book itself is inscribed in leather, but it is gold filigreed all over. And as you look at it, you can go ahead and roll an Arcana check, but she will state things that are apparent in what they do.
Me too.
You've heard Opal talk about like these weird wave or like in-groove patterns in bodies that can be messed with to mess with the magic itself. And it looks like she's embedded these kind of pathways into the book itself. She does state, based off of everything you've done, no offense, Nikolai, but a lot of the things you do are very hectic.
Random?
Random is another word.
Yeah.
So I based this book off of a pathway flow system that would help you harness the chaotic energy within the scrolls themselves, within your own
Ooh.
magic to, enable your chaoticness and direct it is the best term I can come up with.
Okay.
The book itself does have one thing I could embed into it, which was something I was working on in case I turned evil. Don't tell anyone else that. Go ahead and open it up.
Okay. Nikolai takes his actual hands, and starts opening the book.
As you open it up, it does have a 9th level spell in it. Now, you can only use this once a day until you get a little bit stronger, but you can automatically use it now once you understand the fundamental level of it. It is known as a pilfer spell. You can
Okay.
quite literally rip a magic from someone else. It can be from their spell book, their mind, their physical body. If they have like magical tattoos, you can literally rip off the tattoos. Magic-wise, the tattoos will still be there. You'd be stealing the spells.
Okay.
You can also do that with spell scrolls too, so, bonus.
Wow. That
No.
sounds exciting.
Yeah, I thought you'd like it.
Yes.
Kind of fits your own motif of chaoticness, taking things into your form and helping, using that to help others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
How do you spell that? Sorry, wrong button.
time stop.
I'm replacing the time stop with this spell.
The spell itself is a homebrew spell.
Yeah.
It'll be in addition to your own time stop spells or level 9 spells.
Well,
It would
no,
not add or
I
subtract.
don't have time stop. I just use that as a template to make the spell.
It's pilfer spell.
Okay. Okay. I don't know what do you have a description or?
It does read once per day. You may take a spell that you have seen, read about, or have knowledge of from an individual within 100 feet of you. So basically, if you know of a spell, you can take it once a day. However, it'd be permanently yours.
Okay. Because basically it's like reading the mind of the magic.
Yeah. It's like
And then
Opal's destruction spell, but, not as destructive.
Does it just write itself down in the book?
Yeah. The best way I can describe it is in modern terms. It downloads the spell, wipes the hard drive, and then fully downloads the spell into your book.
Okay. So does that allow you to like if can someone counter this in a way, or does it have to like be like if you cast it on another 9th level spell, does it like does it take can someone counter it in any way, or does it just happen?
The spell itself cannot be countered without a wish spell.
Okay. Oh, I need to put spell in there. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. It's a very good thing. There's a reason Opal was going to use it. It wouldn't affect her body, but she wasn't going to use it for that. She was going to adjust it. She does state, though. All right, then. Now, about the whole spell scroll thing. From what I remember, your girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Wanted to make sure that was still a thing. Was the one
Yes.
leading the charge and finding all that stuff?
Planning on engagement, but yes.
No, congrats. Should we
Not
go visit
yet.
them?
Hasn't happened yet.
I mean, the thought of it is still, a congratulations kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Should we head out and find them?
That sounds like a good move. Do you want to just teleport there?
I guess.
Okay. I teleport to Jillian.
Using your spells, you begin to entwine it within the
With Opal, yeah.
large tower, taking both you and Opal and heading towards Hythe. With a twinkling of light, you disappear into the ether and will be seen again. But beforehand, we will take our route to where Dust is laying. Let's see here. The first thing was... Okay. Uh, it has been some days and some time. Your team's still together, but not close to one another. At Dust, you have been working within the confines of the Jewelers Guild as well as various other places. You have created material here and there and created items uh, to for personal use and a few minor ones to sell off to the merchant that has been helping you. Here and there, making things a little bit easier for you, as it is hard to sell on your own. As you're scouring the land and keeping track of everything, you're also looking for a few details. One of which is to find where General Tynes went. As you scour the land, I want you to go ahead and make a survival check with advantage, since more than likely an individual will be helping you. You ask for people that will likely be assisting you, that knows the best in tracking. That would be Vera, Quill, and Quinn. NPC-wise. So as you look for the general, go ahead and roll survival advantage +3.
This will be just for looking for General Tynes, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna be using Lucky as well during this time.
Mm-hmm.
15.
It's not bad. Looking to where General Tynes could be, looking towards the areas the fake general and Glacia would bring people, you come across a good plot of land where there is an entire fairy circle ring around it. Fairy circle rings are like small little mushrooms that grow in a circle. You point this out towards Vera and the rest of the squad that has joined you. And Vera does state, these seem to be fairy ring. This is not good. Something was teleported here using enough strength to rip open a hole into the Feywild. Quinn then states, based off of what I can tell, it was a few days ago, not that long ago, but unfortunately the Feywild itself is chaotic. Quill's just there. She doesn't help out that much. Vera does state, we can definitely investigate this area. I can open the portal again, but I highly doubt the individual that was teleported would stay. Wouldn't stay in the same area, as the Feywild itself is dangerous. Dust, you also remember that General Tynes buried the amulet into the ground. So before anything is done, you begin to dig into the dirt, and you eventually find a nice pocket area, and taking the emblem of the Fortune Admirals, you place it there, and it fits perfectly. Which means General Tynes knew that this was happening. Mushed is a good word. The emblem into the ground before teleporting out, getting forcibly teleported out. He is strong. He's not someone that can be stabbed immediately and die. He quite literally would have been very, very helpful in the fight. Unfortunately, the enemies knew that, so they took him out of the equation. They couldn't outright kill him without leaving a trace, so they instead teleported him outwards. You know Quill is strong. You know Vera works well with the wild, and you know Quinn can reel in his sister if need be. And he's also pretty strong himself. These three, if you ask them to, will look for General Tynes, and in time will find him.
Um, I can guarantee you that he is alive. He is a very strong individual, strong enough that the Blue Dragon and Glacia, they could not outright kill him. They had to forcibly teleport him. So he should be alive. Would you three be able to go and collect him?
Of course.
I can. When it is available, I can. When you guys do find him, if need be, I can open up a portal back.
Okay, sounds good. Vera does state, very well then. We should get him out as soon as possible. Who knows how long they've truly been there. But we'll see what we find. If he is that strong, he will likely survive.
He is extremely strong. Take this with you. And do I have his symbol?
You do.
Okay. And then I'm going to hand his symbol to them.
Yeah, you have his and the Crimson Mare symbol.
Yeah. I will give them those two symbols. Because I also have one, but it was more of this is an agent of the admirals, but like I will keep that one, but I will give them Quinn. I will give Quinn both of those symbols.
He nods.
This will let him know that you are working with me.
Very well. All right then. And we'll see you soon or later. Time is relative.
And then I'll also give them one of my sending stones that I have left, so that they can reach back.
Yeah. Vera begins to open a root passageway into the Feywild. She will need a spell to get back here, but it's not impossible. And as they all jump into the root system, they teleport out. And when they do, you immediately get a call from your, 3 seconds pass, and then you immediately get a call from your sending stone. Vera does state, yeah, found the guy. It took us a couple months, but he's not coming back. Do you mind opening a portal?
I hate that so much.
Yep. And at that moment, I'll use planar shift to open up a portal for them.
They all jump out, and Vera does state, thanks. We called you 5 hours ago. Again, time is weird there.
Yes.
So, we found him. He's alive. He's not coming back, though. He's kind of got married. Already has 2 kids.
That's perfectly okay.
Quill does state, and he also ate the food, which is apparently a thing that he can't come back. I don't know what that means.
Well, that's good to know for the future. So, well, at least I can report this in.
Yeah,
so,
and he's very happy there.
Hey, it works.
Yeah. So how long when we were gone?
5 minutes, maybe 10. I literally haven't really had a chance to move from this spot.
You see Quill give a bag of money towards Vera. Quinn didn't bet. And Vera does state, yeah, time's really messed up there. We'll go inform the king. He did say to take this back though, and she gives you back the Crimson Mare's emblem. He kept his own.
To be expected, and I will take the symbol, the Crimson Mares.
Right. Well, we're gonna go speak with the king, see if the new general he might choose, probably gonna be one of you guys or the other people that helped out. Hopefully not Opal. I've only met her once. She doesn't seem like a people person.
Yeah, I don't, and I also don't see her in that position, anyways. If anybody gets that position from my group, I think it would be Grok.
Probably. They like politely bow. Vera shakes your hand and they head out to go inform the king. You for sure found the general. The Feywild's weird. He's been there for a couple days, so it's been like years.
Yeah. So the biggest, like, Dust did not really care whether or not he came back. If he could find him and what state he was found in.
Yeah.
And if the general wanted to come back, it was more of he needed to find him so that he could report. We could report back into the king saying, hey, we found him. He's alive, but he won't be coming back in this scenario. Or free him from capture so he could return back to his post. Or just to report, yeah, no, he's dead.
Yeah, checks out.
So just so that he can so we can make a report to the king as well as the rest of the admirals. So.
Yeah. For sure you do that, and without too much of an issue, you keep in check the other admirals. We'll let them know. Poor choice of words there. Keep them informed.
Yes.
With the items you've made, with the work done, you do speak with Sparkle and Fauna to head towards Hythe, and maybe sometime with Emily. But we'll see how that goes in a little bit. We then head towards Ada.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Am I the only one just curious who Gerald Times got married to?
You didn't ask.
And
I mean,
Eladrin.
Most likely in Eladrin, definitely someone from the Feywilds. Heck, he's probably from.
I was wondering if it would be a summer Eladrin or a winter Eladrin.
Yes, we'll never know.
I was just about to say he's probably strong enough to actually marry somebody among the courts. Like high level.
Would be.
Huh, weird.
Good to ask questions. Ignore Nikolai already there. Generally, this conversation would also involve Opal. I just didn't have a chance to set it up.
A giant opal and a small opal.
Opal, small opal. Opal.
Opal.
Opal.
If this is in regards to like bringing healing Amara, Dust would actually be a part of this too.
Okay, cool. I was about to ask. Who else would probably be here? Go back to first.
The biggest thing was I just felt it wasn't Dust's. It wasn't my responsibility as Dust to mention that in what I was going to do. So.
Yeah, get it.
Okay. As the team gathers and takes care of their own after Amara had unfortunately been inscriptured by Glacia to do her bidding or be taken over, you manage to seal her and contain her. Looking at her body, Ada, Opal, Dust, and Glacia's form is right there in front of you three. Can tell that the body does need to be fixed. The soul has been housed, but the body itself is not in the state it once was. A soul itself, contained in not its vessel, would have to be quite strong, stronger than most mortals. Amara was quite powerful, but she was not, in not better terms, a demigod, a high devil lord. So the body itself needs to be cleansed of this impurity. Looking towards this, Opal does state towards you, Ada. It might be a while, but I can probably take care of the whole demonic influence in this. I couldn't do it with Nikolai beforehand. One, I didn't, really know how to do it beforehand. But afterwards, when he asked me to help him with that, I've been studying on that. I haven't found a way to do it with him just yet. Unfortunately, he's still living in his body. But there's no soul in hers.
I'll do anything to help you, Opal.
Yeah. Like, she looks towards you, looks towards Dust. From Dust, I would need a few inscription stones to help fuse some magical components into it, and then I would need either you, Ada, or Dust, or Nikolai. Right now, he's renovating his room in the Mage Tower, so he's taking care of that. To infuse it with magic, and then what I'm going to do is... Actually, this fits perfectly with this thing I was gonna make for Nikolai. Let's go with taking out the energy from this. This would be a good power source now that I think about it for the book. She then looks towards the body, and you guys begin to get to work. Dust, you make some gemstone bases so that the magical inscriptions can be placed upon it. Either you, Dust, Ada, or Nikolai infuse it with magic. Opal then begins to not cast a spell. What she's doing is activating a source that's already there, which is something she can do. With the circulation she's forming on a book, which is a book you've never seen beforehand, she places it in between the gems that Dust has created. As that happens, a large pool of energy waves in between the gemstones that surround Glacia. The book itself begins to flip until it reaches a spell which you can't see in the moment, but it shines beyond what normal spells would do. As that is happening, the energy, or at least the corrupted demonic energy from Glacia's body, is being removed. The red in her hair begins to tint back to a brown. The horns begin to recede, and the red eyes begin to no longer be red. It does take some time, and it doesn't happen overnight. A few days pass, and you do it again. A few more days pass, and you do it again. Up to 2 weeks later, the very core of what Amara is has been returned. And the energy has been dissipated into the book itself. And the form of Glacia, now Amara, stands back anew.
Opal, thank you.
Of course.
I don't know what to say. um,
She's not back yet.
we still have the soul. Right, I know. But at least her body's back to normal, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
How will this soul transferring work exactly?
It'll take some time for the soul to fully adjust, but we will be opening the box. Do you know anyone that has death magic or knows how to work with necrotic energies or blessed energies? And Ada, you do know your brother is competent in that.
Historia? Or which there's a lot of brothers.
The one that helped you escape your parents.
I mean, Historia does?
Yeah.
But I don't know how long it'll
Historia.
take for him to arrive.
I think he'd be more than willing to help, though.
Yeah.
Sure.
We have ways of getting him here quick.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean, we also need to take care of your parents, so, great excuse
Right.
to take care of that, too.
Yeah, let's kill two birds with one stone, right?
Yeah.
Well, not exactly kill, but you know what I mean.
Maim.
Maybe, we're not gonna think about it. Yeah, let's, does anyone take us there, or?
That's the thing. I can move between planes, not within the same plane.
God, okay.
Ah.
So we're traveling.
No. We do have someone who can do that, though. Nikolai can.
Nikolai is not here.
You're in my tower, aren't you?
Are we in his tower?
I think you're, at the bottom of the tower, and because Opal said, he's currently fixing his office.
It's gonna. I don't know how the tower.
He wasn't helping with cleansing. He wasn't
I have a
helping.
sending stone. Just do something.
He's gonna use the setting stone. Nikolai, can you come down here, please? Stop decorating for a moment.
I'm moving some shelves right now. I have a lot of books that I've collected.
Nikolai, this is more important than moving shelves. We have all
I have a. Fine. Okay, where are you?
downstairs.
Okay, hold on. Give me 5 minutes.
Why do you need 5 minutes? What are you doing with the
It's a
shelves?
tall tower. It's a tall tower. My tower is really tall. I can't jump down there. I have to run down there.
Maybe you can float down there. Probably.
I don't have that spell.
You have wings, Nikolai.
Oh yeah. Okay. See you in a bit. And then Nikolai flies down and then he gets down to the tower and then he's like, "Okay, I'm here." Okay.
He's over us to Alora.
Yeah.
Laura. Do I know
I
anything?
mean, not Alora. Wait,
I can
relative?
wrong name, John Bruh. I don't know where I keep getting Alora from.
What is a relative object that I can focus on to get us there?
You've been to the city. You know a lot of places.
I'm there.
So how relative is it?
Give me a second. Let me use scrying first and see if I can actually, if that's where he's at.
Okay.
He's there.
That sounds like a good idea.
So I'll use scrying for Historia just to see if I can find where we can find his location.
Scrying on him, you do see him in the middle of the battlefield. Currently, he's fighting his parents. Potentially to the death. You're not entirely sure.
I'll reach
Yeah,
around.
we might want to help him out.
Oh yeah, most definitely. What are we? Okay.
What is? Do I know? Can I make a history check to see? I don't know if I need a history check to see how well I know. An object? I don't know of an object that I'm trying to. I'm thinking about this too critically, but
You've met her brother. You would find him, or you could zone in on him.
Well, it's like if I'm like if I'm familiar with something, I can roll like it's like a 1. It's a 1 out of 7. It's like a
I will bring up minor image just to showcase what he looks like currently.
yeah.
And
It is
I'm
good
very familiar with this object, like his sword or whatever. But it's just I still have to roll a d100.
Opal, do you want to come or do you want to stay?
Sure.
Okay, we rolled. We were fine.
That.
We got it. So yeah, 95 is actually really good.
Oh wow.
We'll just prep for
How did you
battle
get
quickly, and then we're just like.
95?
Okay. I'm gonna use. I'm using my level 7 spell. So
How does
I would guess I
survival
would have gotten
work?
it
Is this
back
for, like,
because I teleported. This is
Mhm.
we're in a time loop right now because
Out-
I did something after something. I guess
of-
I don't know.
out of game? Is it like happening in a few weeks? Is this like at the same time as the other things happening?
Not at the exact same time. These
So
are
I'm
like
assuming
things.
sorry, go ahead.
These things are happening out of order, but they are happening in the future.
I'm assuming this part happened in the past because Opal gave Nikolai the book
Yes.
early. Okay.
So when
Have
Opal
to
gives the book to Nikolai, it's after this event.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, and the event that's happening right now would be, say, after Dust found what happened to General Tynes.
Okay. Are you
So
ready?
it's backwards. Okay. Yes.
We're teleporting. Everybody, just stay still. Don't move. You're gonna feel a little bit
Wait, do
nauseous.
not take Amara with us.
Okay. And then I teleport everybody.
Jeez, everything is in ruin.
It's a war zone.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh man, I want to stab this man.
Nikolai, we're not killing anybody.
It's okay. Hey, I didn't say kill him. I said stab.
Stab is about. Well, you know what? It depends on how far you're gonna stab it. It's not the point right now.
Coming to the zone, you do find Historia. You find both of your parents. Ada, you can tell that your parents have never been fully nice. They have been pompous, proper, and arrogant. Historia does look towards you, and he does state, fancy timing. Your parents do look at you both like with a view of disapproval, and your mother simply states, time and again we give you a chance, and time and again you falter. I would say I'm disappointed, but at this time, I am just saddened that I keep giving you options. I'm still young. I can always have more children. And she begins to cast a spell. In turn, your father also moves in front of your mother, in full agreement, unfortunately, to the statement, and brings out 2 long swords, both dripped of blood, dipped in blood. And you can tell
Sorry, bud.
not
Thank
the
you.
kindest people. Immediately, the spell dissipates as a massive amount of energy can be seen in the sky. A massive stone structure begins to fall towards you, and Nikolai, you cast counterspell, shattering the spell in turn. She turns towards you guys, and you can tell things are going to end, and they're not going to end well. Ada, you can tell that your parents, these 2 people in front of you, not the kindest people. They've already hit Historia. They've already hurt their own kind, their own city. But you can help these citizens. You can help the rest of your family today. With the help... Go ahead, Nikolai.
Ada, I have an idea. I won't hurt them, but I can subdue them if you would let me.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Do you want to finish Dogwood before I say anything, or
With the help of your
Maybe a
allies,
few-
you can finish them today. It just depends on you and the words you want to say.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
you know what? After all these years, I think I came to a realization that you both were terrible to all of us. I mean, look at you guys now. Look at what you've caused. You're hurting your own children just for what? Some power you're never really going to get. You ruin everyone's lives, our lives, my siblings, mine, my own, and you're not going to get away with this. You know that? I'm just saying this with the kindest part of my heart. You should stop fighting now. Cause Glacia, she's gone. There's no reason to do this. I'm asking you now to surrender. Or I swear to God, I will bring you down. I won't kill you. But I will make sure that you're not going to get out of this easily. So I'm giving you the choice. Are you going to fight? Or are you going to stand down? And Abe's going to pull out her sword.
Historia,
At that, Dust will pipe up. Yeah, and I'll name off Ada's title. The Margrave. she actually was the one who finished her off.
Historia clasps Ada on the shoulder, nods his head, and draws out his own sword. Both siblings and both allies, more than two allies, Oppo's also there, stand ready, and your father simply states, weak till the end. Shame. You can tell that your parents are too ingrained with their own thoughts and ideologies. Nikolai, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm twin casting telekinesis on both of them.
Nice.
Spells are drawn, a fight ensues. You quickly twin cast telekinesis upon them, and they jump into the air and stun them in midair. As that happens, you can tell that Opal flips through the book. She was currently working with Ada. You eye the book. You're curious what that is, but at the moment in time, pay no mind to it, because you just captured a very strong fighter and wizard. You're pumped. And as the book is clasped one more, Opal extends her hands towards Ada and does state, do you mind lending me a hand?
Sure. Ada takes Opal's hand.
In turn, she then begins to say a magical incantation. You've never seen her do that beforehand. She's using you as a dowel magic rod, infused through you, your magic, with the necrotic energy she just seeped from a devil lord. A spell or a spell-like thing is cast, hitting the two paralyzed individuals. Seeps deep into their cores. A lot of the necrotic energy is stripped away from the book itself, leaving only the chaoticness of magic in turn, eating into their flesh, eating into their magic itself. It begins to strip away the core of magic within them. Your father, an Eldritch Knight, your mother, a very powerful wizard. Both are then removed from the field. They still exist. They are still alive. But the flow of magic has been severed, has been cut off permanently. Never again to be wielded. She then puts the book in her stuff, very powerful item in a war zone. Don't want something visible like that. Uh, and for all intents and purposes, as Nikolai, you think Ada did that, which she kind of did.
Okay.
One needs to keep consistency. Magic is stripped away from them, and they are then housed. They are stunned, and you still have a fierce battle. The father is still a powerful fighter, and the mother would try to run, keeping in telekinesis in
Yeah.
lock. Eventually, the father does break out, and you ensue a great fight. They are both put into custody, and eventually trialed for the crimes. They do not die, but they will face severe punishment. True punishment. Instead of the people they were, they become hopefully better people. But only time will tell. This map is set up for Dust, not for Nikolai, but we go to Nikolai next. It's gonna be the same map, I just had Dust prepared. We go back into the future.
Ah, wait, Back to the Future?
You, the title card.
You receive the book and you remember the whole thing that happened in the war zone. Things have calmed down there, which is great. You know, after losing 2 of their leaders, kind of hard to come back from that.
Hmm.
Eventually, you do find Jillian in the city itself. Opal is also with you, but she 5 feet away. Jillian then states, "Oh, Nikolai, good to see you again. Is everything all right? You just appeared out of nowhere."
Oh, yes. It seems we've saved the kingdom. So, I'm an earl now, technically? Yeah.
Oh.
So.
Uh,
Yeah.
Daughter of a baron myself. Congratulations.
There you Well, yeah, that's good. Oh, are we Opal, this is more of business than pleasure trip, right?
Opal does state, yeah. But you know, you
Okay.
guys take your time or whatever.
Okay, well, there's plenty of other things to attend to, but we do need to get some spell scrolls that we were looking for and figure out what happened to the Opal, can you help me with there was some mercenaries or people that were trying to find spell scrolls or thieves. You remember what happened with that, Jillian?
Oh, yes, of course. That's actually a good explanation itself. There were a large organization that has been taking and removing these spell scrolls from various shops as well as, wizards and the like. Opal laughs. Jillian then states, "Don't know why you're laughing, but okay. They have been distributed and entering into the eastmost quadrant of the fighting within the kingdom itself and other distributing points. Right now, we're creating strike teams to go ahead and hit the warehouses before they spread any further. If you'd like, you both can help us out. From what we've heard, and from what I've seen, you both can easily keep up."
Indeed, yes. It seems like something we would be able to help with.
Of course, and I'd love to have more time with you.
That would be ideal, yes.
Opal then states, "Yeah, okay. You guys do whatever you're gonna do. I'm gonna start the whole thing. Tell me when you guys are ready. I'll be over there at that bar. Uh, okay.
No,
Yeah.
what?
She like winks at both of you guys. Good luck.
What? I don't know. I think she got the wrong impression. Oh my goodness.
It's quite all right. From what I could tell, she was giving us our own personal time.
Yeah, I think this is on the side of like us going further in our relationship. I have Dust making something, but that's okay.
Oh, perhaps waiting until it's finished?
Yes, that would be good.
Hmm. Right. You see her blush.
Yeah.
I just want to say, as dust, it would be done by now.
Okay. Well, there you go. I don't know how I'm not great at this. But I don't know why you made it so odd. Whatever.
No, like this is above game. As dust, he would have it done by now because he had it. He made over a dozen items in this time period.
Yeah.
Just dust in the
If he
back.
didn't have time to
I hate
make
that.
that, there is no excuse. Then he's a failure.
Maybe just
Okay,
Nikolai
well,
wants the rest of the group here. Who knows?
I don't know. Anyway, Nikolai proposes to her anyways, and then he does it now because he wants to get it out of the way, and then they can go do a fight together.
Nikolai, roll perception.
Perception.
Action. Is
That's
this
not my
another attack again? Are you guys gonna die? Is it
18.
As you're proposing, you see like Opal, like she crawled up a statue, like looking at you guys, wanting to see what was happening.
How good can I see that?
You rolled an 18. She didn't get high stealth. She got a 15. Very.
Can I do something? Yeah, I can do something with that.
You see her currently like has the sending stone lit up, so you're
push
the
her,
rest of the team.
push her off the stone.
Mm-hmm.
Telekinetically.
As you do so, it obviously doesn't harm her greatly. It does like a whole punch in the shoulder friendly kind of thing.
Yeah.
She has a sending stone like lit up, which means that the rest of the team probably heard what was going on. The last thing before Opal lets go of the sending stone, causing it to turn off, is a very boisterous yes as she hits
There
the
it
ground. And the stone hits the ground in turn. She quickly
Nice.
like tries to leave so it doesn't cause concern for Jillian. She's fine messing with you, but strangers are different.
Yeah.
Kind strangers are different.
Hmm. Well, did you want to go figure out what happened to those spell scrolls now?
Yes, of course. Right. Lead the way.
Okay.
Still super enthusiastic about things.
You think your dad is gonna be okay with this, or is that gonna be a long conversation?
It might be, but he does let me live my own life. That
Okay.
being said, you may or may not be trained in the arts of thievery is the best way I can put it.
I'm pretty sure I'm stealthy. I'm not really good at thieving though, but stealth is good. I like stealth.
More like being able to work in the shadows. It's what everyone in
Nikolai-
my family grows
Nikolai
up in.
rolls for stealth.
Like, you disappear for a second and then reappear. Good. Everyone in my family is trained to work within the shadows, and that is honestly why I became an officer of the law. Because I already had the skill set for it. It's not something that you have to do, join the organization, but you will be trained a little bit more.
Well, I mean, I guess that's fortunate. I'm trained in magic. I might as well be trained in stealth and learn more about knowledge as well. So,
Yes.
I mean, I have nothing else to lose there.
I just hope Father doesn't take his punishment while you're training. Opal in the background goes, "What do you mean by that?" As you go and visit your future father-in-law.
Wow.
He for
I
sure
thought we were
does.
going. I thought we were going to go to the fighting area where we're trying to find these spell scroll thieves.
You are.
Or is that where we're? Oh, okay.
That's kind of where the dad is.
Ah.
You commune with the father. He does for sure take the training a little bit more serious than normal, just to punish you for what you've done. He doesn't kill you. He's not gonna make his daughter unhappy. Like, that's his entire thing.
Hmm.
Taking care of his
Yeah.
kids is his entire thing. That and protecting his own city. So he's
Yeah.
not gonna kill you, but he's gonna make your life miserable for like a week and a half. Opal can't find you for a while until you guys reemerge. You've been collecting data, collecting information, and in a day or so, you'll be striking the first post area.
Can I roll to see if I like make an impression on him to like put some persuasion or put some like persuasion and performance along with like that week to see how much of like I kind of got on his good side.
What's your athletics?
Athletics?
Sorry, not athletics. Strength score.
2.
What's your dexterity strength score?
Okay, so I have my dexterity score is also a 2.
Okay.
But my acrobatics is a 7.
I'm just seeing if I need to give you a negative. You can roll performance.
Okay.
He has
19?
essentially retired from the adventurer life as well.
Yeah. Like, while he's making your life miserable, while you're conducting your own research and finding these points, it is grueling, but you keep up with it. You show no sweat around your brow. You're quickly casting prestidigitation or other spells to like make yourself more presentable. You break through everything. It is exhausting, but you know how to perform. You know how to take care of yourself. You know how to leave an impression. After a while, he just stops. Best way I can describe it is bullying you.
Sure.
And then like trains you correctly, trains you well. If you don't already have proficiency in stealth, or if you do already have proficiency in stealth, you have expertise. If you already have expertise, well, you get nothing.
I do not have expertise, and I have expertise in stealth. Wow. Wait, wow, what? No, that's wrong. Stealth is higher than my performance. No.
Well,
What happened?
No.
oh well.
What have I become? Actually, technically, it'd be 2 lower because my charisma is buffed because I forgot to put it down.
Yeah, again,
So
you would gain proficiency. If you already have proficiency, you gain expertise. If you already have expertise, you gain nothing.
I have expertise now, so now I have a 12 in stealth.
Nice. During this trial, Opal eventually catches up with you guys, and you raid the first warehouse, gaining a few spells for yourself, as well as helping out your betrothed and your friend, dealing with the situation at hand. Opal also swipes some of the spell scrolls for herself. The law doesn't know how many scrolls were in the warehouse, just that there are scrolls in the warehouse. Unfortunately, Opal is still wily.
I mean, I don't know if it matters, but can I see if there's any like high level spell scrolls like above 5?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll perception.
I feel like I could just roll a random luck check
That's true.
because my perception is a 2. So
I mean, any kind of bonus is a bonus.
can I just roll? Whatever. Let's try that again. There we go. That's better.
The highest level spell you can see in this area is Bigsby's Hand.
Ah, gotcha.
Like you for sure get some of the spells you would need. Outside of that, uh, like after the spells you acquire, you get like Bigsby's Hand if you want it.
Yeah.
There's also Fireball. There's also Lightning Bolt.
I think Nikolai's looking for those spells that are just like a dime a dozen, and he's just really looking for the spells that he would have to find as a wizard.
Yeah, you definitely find those. Those are like easy to find.
Well, like the high ones, like the level 6, 7, 8 spells. I don't know what he would be looking for, but I don't
Yeah.
think those would be very common.
Those will take some time, but you know, you have
Yeah.
a few more warehouses to break through. And with that, we'll move over to Dust. But before that, we will take our 5-minute break here.
Nice.
Awesome.
point. And I don't know how that's gonna work, but whatever. But he's gonna learn more magic and get in touch with like his chaotic nature. And then also he wanted to not. This sounds like really. It's kind of weird, but like Nikolai doesn't want to die.
Wait, so he's trying to become immortal?
Well, yeah. He's trying to learn. I feel like since he was been around, like been a demon for so long, because demons like Dogma, dude, demons don't really die, right?
Depends if they die in their plane of existence, aka the place they were born. They can. Outside of that plane, nah.
Yeah. But I'm just thinking like since Nikolai doesn't really have a faith, like he doesn't have any kind of background with like religion, he's like, well, I just want to protect the world as long as I possibly can. So he's like, well, I'm probably the only one that's going to be able to do it. I mean, maybe Gus too, but then I can just protect it and live as long as I possibly can.
That's kind of sad, though.
I know, right?
This is like it can backfire easily, especially like I'm just having a thought in my head. I always thought this when it comes to immortality. You get to live past your loved ones.
Why do you think Nikolai is chaotic good?
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah. Still, yeah. Okay. Not gonna say much about it.
I was like, what is the most chaotic thing can do? Chaotic,
Become
selfless
immortal.
thing Nikolai can do. Live forever and like watch everybody die in front of him so he can protect the people he loves.
That's gonna. He's gonna become so depressed. Oh God. Okay.
I could see Nikolai actually
Doing
doing
that.
something to what's her name? Sorry, Julian, as well. Once he gets
Julian.
to a certain point.
I mean,
I mean,
that would be up to her though. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it would be a lot easier, but I think they would have to agree that if they're gonna like live to like protect the realm, then they have to agree to not have kids.
I'm just curious. That would there could be a tiefling then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the easiest way is just Nikolai learns the clone spell, and that's the easiest way. But I don't know any other way. You could probably get like the reincarnate spell, but then you have to like that one's more random.
Mhm.
But
You can also think about it like not through D&D terms, but like thematical terms.
sure. Thematical.
Yeah,
I
like
don't know
there's
what that
like
means.
the
Like
anime
what?
trope of reincarnation.
Oh.
There's like turning into a ghost and
Well,
living after your afterlife into a revenant.
So the reason why I think Nikolai, well, I was just thinking about that because I looked up on the D&D wiki, and there's actually a wizard spell that they made. It's called immortal,
Wait,
and it doesn't.
really?
Yeah, and it's like a wizard spell, but you have to you have to spend like I think 8 hours casting the spell, and if you're interrupted casting the spell, then it fails, and then you can't cast a spell for like I think it's like 24 hours,
Ah.
and I forgot how it goes. I can look it up. Hold on. We have time, right, Doc?
Yeah, you've 2 minutes left.
Huge ritual. Huge and intense, costly ritual.
Yeah.
It wouldn't need to be.
Spells. Wizard. Yeah, it costs like 2,000 gold.
Hmm.
Cheaper than I thought.
Yeah, that.
Wow.
Honestly, yeah.
Cheap.
I mean,
Because that's a high level spell, right?
yeah, I can't remember what level it is.
Like 8th or 9th.
It's level. I think it's level 7th.
Um,
Immortality, yeah, 7th level. A drop of dragon's blood and flawless gemstones worth at least 1,000 gold pieces. It takes 8 hours, and you basically, I can put the, I'll just throw this in here. This is the spell off of the D&D wiki page. Boop boop. Yeah, there you go. The last one is basically it goes away forever, though.
I'm curious at when he's going to cast a spell now. Like at what age?
I don't know if he would like find how he would. It'd probably
You
be
know, it
through
depends on
like
the
years
concept.
and years. But like basically, you would. He could probably find the clone spell and then do the clone spell first, and then find out. Oh wait, he like went through like some like maybe a clone or two, and then he found out like, oh wait, I can cast this spell instead of using clones.
In theory.
Nice.
Yeah.
But it
But I
does,
mean, where's he gonna get dragon's blood though?
you guys killed like at least 3 dragons.
Yeah. Sorry, Dogma. What were you gonna say?
Nothing other than the stating that it does seem that you can still be killed, but you don't die through aging.
Yes, that's what his main purpose is. Is like he doesn't like if he dies through like something like it's happening. I feel like that's why he has clones, but he has to find out how he does this so that if he doesn't continue aging, because like this continues through clones, right? Or we'd have like it would just be his soul would just like every time he changes bodies, then the body would just stop aging.
In theory, yeah.
Yeah.
If the clones were prepared when the spell was already active.
Yeah.
At least I think so. But yeah, let me know when you guys are ready.
I'm ready now.
Ready.
Yep.
Okay. Dust on your way to Hythe, you do after fighting in a good war, things settling down within the fighting compounds, you guys are relieved for a while, and the rest of the army is soon progressing. Without a good amount of their leaders, you guys literally took them out or imprisoned them. The war seems to be favoring your side. Without the war forges being corrupted, your flanks will eventually clear out Mrs. forces. It'll take some time still, but you know, less lives are lost thanks to you and your team. Needing to visit family and visit loved ones. Along the way there, you visit Hythe. Dust bringing along Sparkle and Fauna, and Dust along the way there, you speak with Sparkle.
Sparkle. So we're going to Hythe, and first it's actually on the way home. To mom and dad, mother and father. There's a special individual there. That girl that I've been dating and seeing. Hasn't been all that long when I've been traveling around, but there's that. But the biggest thing I want to talk to you about is some future plans. Sparkle, I wish to set up a mercenary group similar to like what you were a part of in the elemental plane of air. Not so demanding and not so cutthroat, of course, but more of a group that will go throughout the plains, gathering resources, as well as helping out where needed for individuals. I'm hoping that this can be a long-standing group in the future. And I in some way, and I want you to be one of the people in charge of it, getting it together, if you so desire.
That is too kind, brother. In truth, I am lost in the daily. Having something to work for would bring great ease to my life. So thank you. With the life I've led, not exactly the kindest, but I was also kind of brainwashed, so there's that. But through it, I did meet a good amount of people. I can perhaps contact them to see how, or rather, contact them to see if they'd be willing to join in turn.
Yes, and if anybody from the old crew you feel like would be a great addition, given after the curse has been removed, and hopefully before we get before that, what was her name? This is about a game that I can't remember her name. Madam.
Madam Ziri?
No, not Madam Ziri, her sister.
Hers, it's something similar to Ursula, I think.
It was Queen Ariel. No.
Queen Ariel. I don't know.
It was Umala.
Voila. If you want to, I can potentially bring over anybody from, try to bring anybody from Umala's crew. If we need things crafted, I'm more than willing to do this. And given this will be also part of Madame Ziri's forces going forward, but I can tell you one thing, we'll probably be able to move much easier between the planes than Umala's crew did.
I'll look into it. That being said, though, the brainwashing does mess with your head and keeps you bound to the former mistress, Amala. That being said, some of them are a little weird, a little crazy, so I probably won't let them join.
Okay. I was just wondering if that would be an option. But
Some would be useful, so the ones that are not problematic.
oh yeah,
Well, I won't interfere.
so but you can meet her before I actually propose. I'm wanting to talk to her grandfather first.
Of course. At this
So-
point in time, you do enter in height. So should we go look for them?
Yeah, let's do that.
As you enter the city and not turn your back towards her, but like physically turn to walk, your sister has like a wry smile on her face. She always messed with you when you were younger.
Yeah. No, and one thing that I will say be to both Sparkle and Fauna is like, please don't tell her about how I'm wanting to propose to her. So she already has an idea, but She doesn't know when. I've already asked her because I will have to be returning back to the elemental plane of air.
I won't ruin the surprise.
But
Okay.
okay. Okay, and then let's go find her.
As you make way towards the city, you know the area Emily works in. It does take some time, but she's like, best way I can describe it is like the city jewel. People notice when she shines, and she shines brightly. People focus in and like tell you where they last went off. Right now, she went off to take care of a few kids that were sick for the day, so she took their classwork to them, gave them their food for the night. When you couldn't find her there, you were told that she went to a soup kitchen not that far away to help out with the distributing of food, and eventually you did find her there. After her break, after her shift, she joins you and Sparkle and Fauna. She politely bows towards Sparkle, since she is new to her. Pleasure to meet you, ma'am. Oh, pleasure to meet you. Oh, please call me Sparkle. Of course, Emily. Oh, you're Emily. I've heard a lot of things about from you about my brother. Hopefully all good things. He did mention a few things here and there, but, I don't want to say what he said. So I'll leave you two at it. Come on, sister. Takes Fauna with her. Where are we going? We'll see. Good luck, Dust.
And I am beat red. Like, Emily has not seen Dust this red.
Well, for sure she didn't tell her what's going to happen, but she also left that sentence way too open-ended.
Yes. And, like, the only person who could have done this to Dust would have been Sparkle.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a perception check, Dust.
Okay, perception check.
You don't notice Sparkle and Fauna hide behind the statue and like crawl on top of it to watch what's gonna happen. But Emily like looks towards you. I don't have sisters, but I assume life can get chaotic sometimes.
Yeah, a little. I'm just not used to that sister of mine. It has been almost about 15 years since I've last seen her.
She's the sister you told me about, the one you strived to find anew.
Yes, she is.
Splendid.
Found her and got her back. So.
Hopefully she was just joking when she said you spoke about me and didn't clarify whether it was good or bad.
Definitely good. Definitely good.
I hope so.
Maybe not as much as she let on to be.
Of course. I do have another shift working with the youth center. If you can wait for me at my place, it will take about an hour and a half. I can give you the key, or I can tell you that my grandmother and grandfather... Oh, no, my grandmother would be at the pharmacist picking up her medicine. My grandfather would be there.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll be more than happy to go there.
Of course.
And wait for you.
Looking forward to seeing you again.
Let me walk you to your next shift, though. So
She nods. You guys go hand in hand, cutely to her next shift. Like, she helps out the city. That is her job. You do so, and Dust, what's your passive perception?
passive perception is a measly 10.
Then you don't hear Sparkle say towards Fauna, quickly, find them. Hide. Why are we doing this? But eventually you see Emily off to her destination. And do you head over to Emily's place?
Yes, I will. And then almost... I did not see Sparkle and Fauna, right?
No, you did not.
Okay. Yeah, I'll head to Emily's place.
Okay. There it is. Go ahead and roll another passive perception. Sorry, not a passive perception, a perception.
Perception. 17.
I'll roll for Sparkle, but you definitely see Fauna. You don't see Sparkle. You see like Fauna in this tree, and you don't see Sparkle behind this building. For sure, Sparkle wouldn't be that far away.
Yeah. With that, I'll just kind of take out my sending stone, and I'll message Sparkle, and I'll be like, she's going to be away for an hour. I'm going to be talking to her grandfather next, but I won't be asking her out until later tonight. I mean, I won't be proposing until later tonight.
You hear her state, I'll still be watching. Turns off the sending stone.
Yeah. I will actually, before I'm heading to her place, I'll stop by the restaurant, the place that we had our first official date.
Yeah.
With the tree with all the lights. And see if I can get a reservation for that night.
You make a reservation to the Golden Lantern. It is a nice, clean, open environment. A lot of people don't go there. Unfortunate, but true. It is not like a lively place people go to enjoy themselves. It's like to relax, have a nice dinner. But it's also a little pricey.
Oh yeah, no, like Dust enjoyed that atmosphere the last time that he went. The first time that he went with her, and so he's like, I'm gonna do this again. We're gonna go again. So
Yeah.
I'm like, Dust has money. And
sure.
he's not gonna be short of it anytime soon.
Yeah. But which is why a lot of people don't go there, because it's expensive. You make the reservation. You already pay in full beforehand. Well, you pay the table fee, which is a good amount of money, but you definitely have the amount for it. It's 10 gold just to reserve a seat, table. Afterwards, the prices are fairly decent, but within silver and gold range, not copper. But making the reservation, you head over towards Emily's house. It is a large compounded area where a good amount of it's like an old folks home. Those that can take care of themselves live here. Emily lives here with her grandmother and grandfather. Her grandmother is currently at the pharmacist getting the medicine they need. It's like allergy medication and sinus infection medication in case that is ever to happen. Always got to be prepared.
Yeah.
They are older folk, but they are not old. Like, they still got a good amount of years on them.
They're older, but they're old enough to have a grandchild Emily's age. But it was more of they had kids young, and then their
Yeah.
kids had Emily young
Yeah.
type of old.
Mm-hmm. You go to the area where Emily has mentioned. You knock on the door, and out stands a very charismatic old man. Still has some pepper in his silver hair. Wrinkled face, but not too many. But you can tell that he laughs joyously. Mostly throughout his life. You don't know what he has gone through, but he still carries a smile. Looking towards you, he does state, afraid I don't know you, stranger, but... Oh, no, I might actually know you. Are you perhaps... What was the name she gave us? Diamond.
My name is Dustin. Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yes, that is me. So...
I only jest. I knew your name. Just wanted to give you a little razzing is all. Pleasure to meet you, Dust. Emily has mentioned you beforehand. Please come in.
of course.
Looks up into the sky. Are they with you?
I'll look up.
Fauna hides, and now you can hear Sparkle say, "Fauna, hide!" You don't see her, but you do hear that.
Yes, two of my sisters.
They can join us if you like.
I actually think this will be better if it's just you and me.
Of course. Please step inside. You do step inside, and Sparkle and Fauna will still be here. But you enter inside the building. It is a nice, clean environment. To the point of what's the word when doctors say that they're sterile? A sterile environment to a very large degree. Please forgive the cleanliness and the odor. Our granddaughter is very, very cautious with everything. We're her grandparents, sure, but we can take care of ourselves.
Yeah, she likes to help everybody.
Yes.
One of the reasons why I was drawn to her.
Fair enough. So, Mr. Dust, I assume you're here for a reason. Emily is in town. I can perhaps tell you where she is now.
I've already seen her. But I'm here for really two reasons. The first reason was I'm waiting for her here. And the second reason, probably the most important reason, I came to ask you for your granddaughter's hand in marriage. I've been an adventurer up until this point, but with what's happened recently, I am actually retiring from that and pursuing my main occupation, which is a craftsman. And I wish to spend that life with Emily going forward.
I was a little worried that you claim to be an adventurer. They often go out there and potentially die. I have no problem with adventurers, but I need to know that my grandchild is being taken care of.
Yeah, truth be told, that was a worry that I had as well. But I'm going to be stopped being an adventurer I'll still be moving around, but I will be a businessman. I'll be a merchant
Of course.
over being an adventurer.
So long as you can provide her a home, and so long as you return to that home and make her happy, I have no reason to say no to this. He does extend his hand out.
And I'll take it. Take his hand.
You take his hand, and it is a strong grip. It is kind of painful, but not to a very... If you weren't you, it would probably crush your arm. From what you can tell, he's like testing what type of an adventurer you would be or are. This man likely was an adventurer in his past and likely was given the same type of information, was likely told these exact same words, which is why Emily also has the view pattern of adventures that she does. If the adventure isn't serious, she won't continue on that type of relationship because they could die or they will not return, and it's just like a passing romance to them. Based off of your words, based off of the handshake, you can tell that the grandfather approves of you. While you do not know what lies ahead of you, you can tell that you have the approval of this man. Out of game, he's level 11. He's pretty strong. He's a level 11 fighter. You can take him in a fight. I'm not saying to fight him. I'm just saying that...
Why would you?
The only reason why I would take him in a fight is if he was like, "Hey, let's spar. I want to see what you're capable of."
You could potentially take him in a fight. I'm not saying to do that, but you can tell that there are reasons why Emily has her viewpoints. And you can tell that, yeah, Emily likes to take care of people, but she's being a little too cautious with her grandparents. Like, the grandparents can take care of themselves and fend for themselves. They want Emily to live her life. So you can tell with this handshake as well that he does respect you to help her live her life.
What's the scoop?
I don't know. Sparkle told me to hide. We're waiting for Dust to get out of the building.
Okay.
You joined in on the snooping.
He rides them. Oh, they're in a tree. Okay, guess we're going.
He did. The grandfather does say towards you. Now then, where do you plan to go? And like he's now like talking business. Where do you plan to go? Where do you plan to depose? When do you plan to do so? You tell him. He's ecstatic. Eventually, the grandmother also returns, and you break the news to her. Immediately, she's excited. Looks towards Emily to see if you've already proposed. You tell her you'll do that later. Both of them excited.
Yeah, I very much it would be like Emily is. I don't think I think the grandmother would have gotten there before Emily got there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, and I will tell them the plans. It's like, yes, I will be we will be living in the elemental plane of air, but I have the capabilities to move freely through the planes at this point in time. So there's nothing keeping us from coming and visiting, and the time difference is not all that's different between the two planes.
Oh, of course, certainly not. You definitely must come visit. We'll be around for at least the next few months. However, we'll probably go visiting a few cities here and there. We've been mainly keeping here since Emily works in the city. But now that we kind of don't have to, and Emily lives her life, we can finally live our golden years.
I will also state that I have been given some land that I will be actually
bringing my clan to over time. You are more than welcome to join my clan there. Not sure where it is. There's an issue in finding out where exactly it will be, but it'll soon be determined.
Of course, dear. Right. Well, we shouldn't keep you. Emily does eventually enter the home. At that point, Nikolai, Fauna, and Sparkle do see this all happening. You invite Emily to an outing later tonight. She does agree. Nikolai does hear this and begins to plot his own plans as we move over to Ada. Let's see.
By the way, I rolled a nat 20 to perceive what was going on.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
He rolled directly to me.
Yeah, I rolled it in the
Get
GM
it.
layer.
Dust wouldn't be here. Some time does pass, and your brother does eventually help out with the releasing of Amara's soul, imbuing it, imbibing it into the body. He does look towards you, Amara, and does state, right, well, fortunately or unfortunately, our parents taught us well with necrotic arts, or at least me, you with celestial arts. So your friend will be awake soon enough. It will take some time for them to fully heal, but I'm sure you can take care of it from here. I have to go and help rebuild the city and take it back.
I understand. Historia, thank you.
Of course,
Oh
dear
my-
sister.
He's gonna give like Historia a hug before he leaves.
He gives you a hug back. It's very cute. Do take care of yourself. Looks like you have good friends here. Looks towards Ope and Amara, who are the only runs in the area. It
Yeah.
seems that the rest of your friends are busy, though.
Honestly, I have no idea where they went. They said they were going to visit their significant others. I really hope that goes well for them.
Opal does state, yeah, I kind of asked Nikolai to teleport me here to see how things were going and progressing.
Oh, that reminds me. Did Nikolai ever propose to Jillian?
Oh, that's an entire thing that's going on right now. I did kind of swipe a teleportation scroll, so we can go back to see what happens.
You're totally going to see that later. I really want to see if that worked out for him. Or if he failed miserably and tried to propose. Either way.
He also said something about, like, finding dust in this city, so he went to go find out what he's doing. I don't know what that's about, though.
I swear to God, if they get themselves killed, the last time we left them alone and left them alone there, well, that did not go well. I remember a lot of bad things happening. But they're probably fine.
They're probably fine. Historia does state they're quite strong, so I'm sure they're fine. They might honestly be the ones causing problems, but hey, as long as they fix it.
So the God they do.
Well, if you excuse me, sister. And friends of Amara. Friends of Opal and friends of Ada. Why'd you say it that way?
That was...
I don't know. Just trying to be cordial. It was a little weird. Fair. Like,
You don't
walks
have
away.
to do that. Historia. Oh, bye.
Take care. You embrace with a goodbye hug, and he heads out.
Well then. Opal, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go for it.
Remember that time when Amara was originally possessed, you said you never had the chance to ask somebody out. Was it actually Amara?
I was thinking about it.
Do you love Amara?
No. I like her. I think she's cute. But love's a strong word. Love is a more tangible thing. I do like her. Don't get me wrong. She's nice. She's funny. She's a good person. But I'm not. Or at least not as kind. Amara's in another room. You're like in the hallway. Opal does state. She's great. Don't get me wrong. But she can do better than me. Does that make sense?
Opal, I'm new to this kind of love. You know that, right?
I kind of figured with your parents.
Yeah, that's. I think I realize now that I'm not good for you either. I mean, I put it off for so long and I kept you waiting until you actually stood up and asked, and I don't think I'm good for you, if that makes sense. Not that I'm happy around you, I don't want to hurt you in any way. I still see you as a good person, despite all of you do. And I want you to find someone who sees you the way that I do.
She does smile and does state towards you, Ada. Takes your hand and does state, Ada, you're very sweet, but I'm gonna be not as nice as I normally am, which I know, very big shocker. If Nikolai was here, he'd probably laugh at that. No one is good for anyone. People want to try, and maybe they succeed, maybe they don't. I do want to try with you, Ada, but I'm not going to push this. If you want to come back to this, we'll come back to this. If you find someone that you want to try with, go for it. Am I sad? Yes. Will I get over it? Eventually. But you deserve the best, Ada. And if that's not me for you, then keep looking. I'll still be here. Even as just a friend.
Ada would look towards the room where Amara is. I think I already found someone. I don't, but I don't want to lose you, Opal, either. I don't want you to, just because of this, fall in some spiral or anything like that. I want you to be happy too. Can you promise me that at least?
Oh, I can't promise happiness, but I won't spiral into darkness because of this. She pokes her head with her own hand. I already told you. I told the entire group when I first met you guys. I already went through my character arc. You ain't gonna lose me.
We can still be friends.
Oh, absolutely.
So, what now? What are you going to do?
Study for a bit. Probably take you to Hythe to see what's going on with the other two boys in our group. I'm not certain, but I think Dust might be proposing later on. I'll let you know.
I swear, if we're not invited to their weddings, that's going to be very disappointing.
It's gonna be very rude.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
At the very least, we can be there to see if he does propose. I
like
have his
that.
sister's sending stone number. I can probably contact her.
It would be nice to see what they're up to.
Yeah. Now, that's what I'll be doing. What you should do, she like turns you around and like not pushes, but like lightly taps you on the back to gesture you forwards. Can't miss this opportunity again, huh? Cultivate what you want.
What if I mess it up again?
We all mess up sometimes. This isn't advice, by the way. We all just mess up sometimes. You can keep trying if you want.
Well, she's gone. Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't a advice.
No.
But from what you can take from that is we all mess up. We can retry if we want, and that is up to you, Ada. If you ever do mess up, you can always retry. There is never any harm in trying again. You've already lost her once, and you've tried again to reconnect, and you have. You lost her once with Glacia, and you're trying again. Maybe things will work out this time, or maybe they won't. But as you open the door, you do, or at least at this moment in time, you do feel like trying again. Amara does open her eyes, looks towards you, and smiles. And as you attempt this again, you catch up with what has been happening so far.
In silence, Ada would definitely just like rush in and give her a hug.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
You embrace, it's very touching, very moving, and like Amara is glad to see you once more. You do catch up, and it is a nice gesture. It is something grand. Maybe Opal's advice, or lack of, is an advice in itself. You won't get everything perfect, but if you're willing to try again, then there's always a chance. We move over to Nikolai. Those three would be in the house. Well, Emily would also be there. Nikolai, Fauna, and Sparkle, you are all in the corner, hiding. After a while, you unhide from each other. Sparkle does look towards you. So it kind of seems like my brother is going to ask this nice young lady to get married. How long has this been a thing?
Probably, I mean, since they started going on a couple dates, I think. Yeah, I already proposed to my girlfriend.
Why is this happening in one day?
I don't know. It just happened. It just was coincidental, I guess.
I guess. Oh man, I should
I'm
tell
trying to
Uncle this.
spot. This feels like a good spying moment because I was training to spy because I already proposed. What? Well, we proposed like a couple weeks. Well, actually, it was like a week ago. But time, like, it feels like time has been being a little weird lately because since we helped with the castle. But
Yeah. Since that time, you would have found another cache in a warehouse. Go ahead and roll either perception or a d20 and see if you found a powerful spell.
D20, boom, 19.
You find one level 8 spell. I'll let you choose.
Ooh. Wow.
I mean,
Like
19 is as close to 20 as you can get.
Wizard spell with wizard spell.
Yeah, within the
8th
wizard
level
spell.
spells. And I can learn the clone spell if I want to.
You can. You like take them down with your fiance, and Opal would have been there at that moment in time, but not currently here because this is the future. Fighting alongside you. We return back to this moment in time, and Sparkle is currently making a call with Opal and Whisper. Yeah, something about proposals all happening in one day. I don't know who else is going to be happening. Are you dating someone? Whisper in the other end. No? Should I be? This is all happening very quickly. I mean, it's been a few months and weeks. I guess that's fair. Should I meet you guys there? It's going to take me a couple of weeks. Opal on the other end does state, oh, I have a teleportation scroll with me. We're going to just all meet up and looks and hopes Nikolai is hearing on the other end. Nikolai, you there?
Hello?
Opal then says, okay, good, you're there. From what you told me, you're like stealthy now. We're gonna need to tail dust so we can all meet up in the same area and see how this thing all goes.
Opal, how long does it take to learn one of these spells if I find a scroll?
Like a short rest, to write it down.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, well, I can do that later. I found a fun spell, but yeah. Okay, where you need me to be?
Oh, just keep tailing dust until he like begins to propose. Then I'm gonna cast this teleportation circle spell, and meet you all there.
Okay. That makes sense.
We're not gonna miss the second proposal.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, well, you gotta be more stealthy than hiding behind a statue.
Oh, so I'm not the stealthy one. Whisper is. That's kind of true. I am.
Fine. Okay. I'll let you know.
Thank you. Thanks. So Nikolai, it does seem that people are placing bounties on your head. Yours, your wife's, and Miss Opal. I've taken care of a good amount of people that have been placing bounties. Apparently, you've been causing commotion in the underground market. So keep watch and keep watch of any peril.
Okay.
I mean, it's what happens when you get into the seed eater places, which is why I always wear disguises. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Just be careful of any more people around you.
Okay, well, I'll just take him out if I see anybody like that. So.
Mm-hmm. All right. Catch you later. Yeah. Tell us the details. They hang up.
Yep.
The princess and Grok were also listening in. They just didn't get a word in. As they hang up, Sparkle does state, "Huh. Well, that's a lot. All right. So we're gonna tell my brother until he actually proposes. If there's anything you need to do, Nikolai, I can perhaps help you with that."
Is this Sparkle talking to me?
This is Sparkle.
If you can find, I mean, how much time do we have? An hour or something?
A few hours.
kind of want to write down this spell.
Sounds good. With the few hours you do take, you do so. You can also just cast a 9th level spell to like drain
Yeah,
it,
That's what I
or
was
you
gonna
can
do.
just literally write it and it'll take the hours.
No, well, if I do an 8th level spell, it takes 8 times 16 hours, and
It's true. You could just
yes,
cast the spell.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna cast that spell and then I'll learn it. So
Casting the spell drains it from the spell scroll, and encodes it into the book itself. You now have the spell that you have picked out.
clone spell, yes.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, Sparkle and Fauna would know where I'd be potentially proposing to her, or at least gearing up, because I did stop by the restaurant first.
Mhm.
When they're tailing, so
They're just tailing to like get the exact time.
yes.
Mhm.
And so, like, when it starts coming on, they're like, "He's gonna do it! He's gonna do it soon!"
Yeah. As you guys spend your time and movements, I can do that one. No, I'm gonna do this scene because the last scene would be dust anyway. So I'm gonna do this one and then transfer the other ones. We'll transfer the last one afterwards. Entering into the area, Dust, Emily both enter. Sparkle, Fauna, Nikolai soon afterwards. Nikolai, go ahead and roll stealth with
Stealth?
advantage.
Oh wow. 28.
Dust, roll perception check. I'll give you advantage because you know people have been tailing you so far.
I'm gonna roll for that. I'm gonna roll a silvery barbs on that.
So it was massive 2 then.
That's a 2.
You're a little nervous as to what's about to happen. So that does make sense. As you bring Emily into the room, Nikolai, you make contact with Whisper, Opal, and the rest of the gang. You also make contact with Amara, which it has been a while. She's been awake for a few good hours, and she has plenty of rest. As that happens, the group begins to gather, looking towards each other. Opal does state towards Ada, Amara, Whisper, Quinn, Quill, Vera, Grok, and Vol. All right, everyone ready? We're going to teleport. We're going to sneak into the restaurant, and then we're going to see what happens.
How exactly are we going to sneak into a restaurant without Dust announcing?
He's going to be either too nervous or, I don't know, someone can cast a spell. Metagaming. Metagaming wise, he had it too.
Too nervous.
Probably too nervous.
Probably too.
Metagaming is always, yeah.
Metagaming is always the answer. Okay. Are you guys ready?
And everybody knows that Dust is not the most perceptive of people.
Amara does state, I've only been awake for a few hours, but I already knew this was going to happen. Everyone teleports in by the door. Nikolai has been already waiting by the door, so you gave a good description already. And like you huddle around in this area. Right now, probably Dust has like tunnel vision, like in the scene.
Oh.
Dust, I'll let you take it from here, but at any point in time, Nikolai, Ada can interrupt. at any
I
moment.
forgot. I forgot about something really important, Dogma.
What'd you forget?
They just
I
cut
cast.
out.
I cast a spell.
Roll.
Oh God.
Roll wild magic, Surge.
Okay.
Oh
Okay, that's a 60. That's a 20, and then 10. Okay, let's see what those aren't super bad, but we'll figure out what those are.
So you're just letting it proc?
Oh no, he just said roll wild magic surge.
Yeah. Normally I make you roll for it, but I think this is funnier.
no.
The 60 and a 9.
This will proc outside of the building, by the way.
Okay, that's interesting. And then a 21 and a high roll. 21. I like the 60. Okay, we're doing the 60. So you are the center of a fog cloud spell, which lasts for 1 minute.
Helps out with stealth.
Yeah. The other one was gnats flying around my head, so probably didn't want that one.
Oh yeah, no.
A fog cloud spell surrounds the area, giving more and greater mood lighting.
This is great.
And Dust, I'll let you take it from here. Again, Ada and Nikolai, you can interrupt whenever you'd like. And depending on what you do, it could either help or hinder. But you feel like your friend Dust has got this.
Maybe.
So go ahead.
Well, first of all, we would have ordered her food.
Oh, yeah.
And just
Sorry, I didn't mean to push that.
oh, and with that, he's like, well, Emily, how has it been since I've been gone within the city?
A little. I don't want to say better because that sounds a little mean, but been more stable. After helping out the city, things have been progressing quite well and smoothly. Thankfully enough, some of the mercenaries that had been hired by the kingdom helped out clean up some of the area here, and the vice captain Jillian has been keeping the darker, seedy city life cleaner.
Well, makes a lot of sense. She has a lot of clout with the with both sides. So, and I don't know if he's done it yet, but Nikolai is going to be proposing to her. Oh,
They do make a cute couple.
yeah, they do. They do. So, well, with all that's happened, I have a lot more free time on my hands. Well, per se, I'm not going to be traveling as much. So,
You did tell me after all is said and done, you'd be setting down for a bit. I'm glad you kept your word.
yeah, that's one thing that I try to do. I try to keep my word. No. And Emily, like I was asking, well, like I was telling you, I'll be going to the elemental plane of air in a little while to live, and to work. And truth be told, I want you. I would like you to come with me, not as necessarily my girlfriend, but as my wife. And then that Dust will get down on his knee and bring out the ring that he made. This would have been the first item that he would have made
Mm-hmm.
after the fight, and it would be a gold ring with a flower. Here, let me put in a link.
Oh my goodness! You even have a link to the exact thing.
Yeah. Picture. That is the ring that he made.
Oh my gosh!
Oh god, that's gorgeous.
How do you?
How do you do that?
Do you know how when you look at any kind of jewelry on like media, like they soak that up so they're like, oh wow, you looked at a ring. We're gonna show you ads for rings now. I'm like, what the world? Did you have that happen if you looked at ring? I don't know.
Did
Never
that
mind.
happen? I did it when I was looking at like other products. Like, there was a point where I was just looking at a bunch of art supplies, and I continued to get ads about art supplies.
Yeah.
It's the cookie. It's the cookies.
Yeah.
She
And I'll get down on the knee and it'll be like, "Will you marry me, Emily?"
That's what the meme was for.
Yeah.
Down on her knee, she is ecstatic. She is happy. You do see a worried expression on her face. You can tell it is the worry of her grandparents. In the background, you do Nikolai and the rest of the group do see an elderly couple in also spying on your friend for some reason. You introduce each other. Hello, we're Emily's grandparents. Pleased to meet you.
Oh,
Pleased to meet you, sir.
hi. How are you?
Good.
Good.
We're also observing this.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully this all goes well. After proposing getting on one knee, the scenario repeats itself, and you do hear Dust and Emily in the background, the grandmother's voice. We'll be fine, dear. She doesn't know if that is her conscious or subconscious, or actually someone that sounds like her grandmother saying they'll be fine. But in that moment, she wakes up to her own feelings, wakes up to her own actions, and she does nod. She's overwhelmed. She immediately embraces you, gives you a hug, begins to kiss you on your face. The grandmother in the background does state, "Oh, she did it! Yay!" Grandfather, also enthusiastic but not vocally, begins to like nod his head in improvement. Quill then gives a bag of money to Vol because she also bet on this. Quill's just a bad gambler.
Wow.
Everyone in the background, like, more or less begins to clap. I don't know if Nikolai or Ada would. I'll leave that up to you. But yeah, but immediately Dust, you do notice your friends, your family. And Amara beat red for a second, but way too happy to have that ruin the moment. Not ruin the moment, but surprise her.
Yeah.
Well, look at that. It looks like we're having a double wedding, or at least, right?
Are you guys doing a double wedding?
I don't know. Do you want a summer wedding or a winter wedding? I would
Mm,
ask that Jillian.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Jillian would
Amy.
probably be there.
She's
yeah,
standing
Jillian's
right
there.
next to me.
What did Julian show? Oh, hey, Julian. What did you show?
She was hiding.
not that long ago. Joining together, Jillian does state, depends. If we're not going to court that long, perhaps a summer wedding. That way a gown wouldn't be too... Gowns are sometimes very thin, so I would want, not cold weather in the area. But we can talk about it.
Maybe like an ending summer, like early fall.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Grandmother in the background goes, "Oh, you're also getting married, dear." People begin to embrace Xiao, and it is a very happy moment. While the song currently playing is emotional, it's for the next scene. Time does pass, and Dus goes to visit his family, his biological family. His found family is still within the capital, still speaking with one another. Nikolai is rushing out into the battlefield, breaking a few heads, stealing a few
Spell scrolls?
spell scrolls as well. Raiding the areas where criminals have hid themselves, joining more energy into his chaotic form. Ada joins the battlefield as well to save lives. Amara, in turn, after recuperating, begins to help out as a support character. She's not fully up to speed. Will need time to heal herself. But you both in tandem save many lives out there. In turn, Dus brings Sparkle, Fauna, and Emily to his parents. Looking towards you all, it is an emotional moment. Before Dus can state, "Hi, Mom, we're back," or "Father, I've managed to find her," it is just an immediate tackle between all of you. It is emotional. It is heart-wrenchingly warm. Something good. The fights you've led, everything has happened, and everything has survived. You have lost a few lives here and there, but in the end, you, as Hope's contract, have fulfilled your contract in turn. Who knows what your future has in store for it? Before we take a look at your futures, we take a look at one final calm moment together. It will not be your final moments together, but it will be a moment you have where it is peaceful, where there is no fighting. And depending on what you seek in the future, there may not be any more fighting in the future for you. But I'll let you decide that. Think about what your character will be doing in the next coming years. But in the moment, think about how you would say hello as we enter into the final cutscene. We enter into a nice little cottage out in the woods. Ada's siblings had entered into the area, taking care of things, and been heading off to school roughly 1 week ago. In this time, your friends were invited. Invited to stay for the day, invited to stay for some time. How do you, after some time being apart, say hello again to each other?
Can I ask how long it's been?
It's
Yeah.
been a month to 2 months.
Mm. Mm.
Hmm.
Well, Dust. Looked like things are going quite well. How many trips have you made so far?
Planes?
Yeah.
Oh, not. I've only gone back once, and it was mostly to report into Madame Ziri, telling her that about the loose ends that I need to tie up here before I can return.
Mm. Indeed, I do have some new spells that I've been working on. I could probably show you them, but they're a little bit. I'm trying to keep some under the table, not wanting to reveal some of the things I've been doing. But it's good to see you too, Ada.
You're not destroying my home with your spells.
I will do my best.
Opal does state, we've only burned the mage tower 3 times.
And it's still standing?
You know, I mean, technically burned, yes, 3, but that doesn't include like the electrocuting time or the frozen time when I made the whole tower turn into ice. And then there was that time that I made vines grow everywhere, and then you had to revive me that one time.
Ada's gonna go up and hug Nikolai. I'm not gonna question it. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
And then would go over to Dust, hug him.
Well, I'll hug her back.
Amara also pays respects, so did the rest of the group. Sparkle has, since the 2 months period, established a small group contingency to help establish the collecting of products outside of a standard plane. Fauna has not found her mother just yet, but is in the process of that. Why? When you ask her, she does state, I don't know, I just want to know who she is. And that continued adventure will happen. Whisper has since risen in the ranks of the Talons. She now also leads her own spy little network. So she leads rather than is told what to do. Grog has been training the king, the queen, the prince with all their situation. Vera has been taking care of the Great Wild Forest, has said that a strange beast in the wilderness has appeared out of nowhere with many eyes. Long ago, Nikolai and Dust, you and Ada tricked that beast into the forest.
Oh, yeah.
All three of us just are just like,
Hey, does anybody have a drink
Yeah.
right now? I feel like that'd be good to have. Do you have anything on tap, Ada? Or just have you opened up recently?
We have good.
I mean,
We have good wine.
Ah, that sounds delectable.
I'll go pour you some. Amara states as she goes and collects it. Opal is still Wizard Opal. She's still harassing the magical field. She's living her life. She's had her story arc, as well mentioned. Quinn and Quill are no longer thieves, crooks, mercenaries. They quite literally work for the king as bodyguards.
Mm.
And is currently taking care of Vol while she travels. But also, wherever Vol travels, there's potential money to be had, which is what Quill thinks, because she's the princess. And why wouldn't the princess garner money? That's logical sense to her.
Yeah.
And Jillian does state that Nikolai and her have been taking down group after group of violent criminals.
Mm.
That's what you were saying?
At this point, I'd be like, hey, well, Vol, Quinn, and Quill, if you want, you're more than welcome to join the mercenary group that my sister and I are creating.
Does it pay?
Very well.
I see why not. Okay, sounds good. Vol in the background just mimics the words "thank you." Nikolai, you do get the elven wine set for you. It is a nice green tint and tone. From what you can tell, it's actually, I don't know how much of a connoisseur of wines are. I know you drink a lot of alcohol.
Not a big wine guy, but
Yeah.
it's a special occasion.
It's good. Go ahead and roll a Constitution save. One last potential time.
I'd like to say something at
fine.
before. So if Amara is she's pretty good noticing things. She might have noticed if I was reaching for the glasses that Nikolai has a few scars on his arms from some spells he's been doing.
She does take note of it. Looks towards you and nods. And
that's some
Wow.
good ale or good wine. Is that mead or is that wine?
it's a mead white blend. Normally
Very good.
Quite awful together, but with the magic infused into it, gives it a nice rich taste. She notices your arm and does state, by the way, if you still need help with spells, let me know. I'm almost back up to full health, so here if you need me.
No, those are just hazards of the job. I've been testing out a special spell. I think I got it to actually work this time, but I don't know if there's a container I can put it in.
Well, we'll see what we have. Dusty, you were saying?
Oh, I was just going to be talking about the wine. Yeah, no, that if Nikolai says it's good, it's good. After all, he's the one who could hold the liquor the best. And party.
Nikolai chuckles nervously.
Your team joins one last drink together, whether it's wine, another form of alcohol, water, milk, or whatever general preference choice of beverages. You enjoy the moments you have together once more. And whatever your future exploits are, I would like to hear them now. We will start off the way everyone is set up on the board. Ada, Dust, and then Nikolai. You don't have to speak about this moment in time until the very end of your adventures. You can just speak about the next few months, perhaps the next few years. I'll leave that up to you to decide. But Ada, if there's anything you can think of right now, feel free to state it, and it'll be truth. If not, or if any of you need a moment in time, you can skip and move over to the next person, and so on and so forth.
I mean, I had a few ideas, I guess. Besides, once Amara said, they probably would try to start dating. Ada would confess her love to her and everything. And maybe, they would go on long travels, visit Johnpra, see their siblings, make sure they're also okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like over the couple of years, Ada would try to find new hobbies. She probably, will either build or try to make a medical area for any travelers that come by.
Yeah.
Selling potions, anything like that. She'd probably try start playing an instrument, trying to find new things to do while waiting for her younger siblings to come back. In the years that go by, when it comes near to the Sun Rain to happen again, I feel like she would at least be more cautious, more anxious of what's going to happen next. Because, well, she has no clue what's going to happen in the future. And, she's gonna panic about it, just Ada. She's not gonna settle about it.
Mm-hmm.
But, overall, I think that's all I have planned for her, at least as far as I could think.
Mhm.
More will probably come in the future, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best.
Okay. So, first of all, Dust's engagement would be actually quite short, because he can't extend it out too long because he needs to go back to work with Madame Ziri. So soon after he gets married, like he'd have the marriage on the material plane, um, and then um, after his honeymoon, that is when he would return to the elemental plane of air, and where he would begin working there. But over the coming years, him and his sister Sparkle would have built a multi-plane mercenary group um, that would do a combination of preparing for situations that could happen with each sundering, but also in gathering materials. Not quite so cutthroat as the hunters, where the hunters would go in and they would do a raid, but they would just essentially do that. It was to the point where this mercenary guild group would actually be more renowned and more trusted than Umala's hunters.
Mhm.
He would have also built up a very lucrative crafting workshop where he had numerous customers across the plains, with Madame Ziri being the most pleased out of all of them.
For sure.
And just building up that empire and putting things into place to protect the material plane even further
Mhm.
in that round. But he would have had a great family. Within the couple months before his marriage, he would have gone around with a ring of finding that he had made with locate object and scrying attached to it. That ring, essentially a ring to discover a very lucrative mine or a mining area, which he would have started a mine and gotten land nearby, in which over a period of about 5 to 10 years, his clan would end up living on that land, if they so desired to. So I would also go to say that with having two of the admirals no longer taking part in, or at least one being dead and one retiring from the position, Dust would have joined the Fortune Admirals as an admiral, taking on the name the Lamp.
Mm.
If you're okay with that, Dogma.
Of course.
And
him and Emily would have lived good long lives. I would have anticipated that with the change that Madame Siri made in Dust, she would have made eventually kind of the same thing with Emily over time. The same change. But and then one of Dust's greatest accomplishments in years to come is he would have built a new form of Warforge, the Dragon Forge, that he would go on to build many of over time.
Yeah.
Could have also helped out Opal in kind of in some of her things with some of the crafting that she would need, because she did help out a lot, and many times he would go and take his friends and we'd travel the plains, so as need to be.
Yeah.
And I think that's good for us. We would have definitely had a number of kids, but that's another story.
Hmm. Nikolai.
Well, so Nikolai would have probably, I mean, whatever felt like Jillian would have as a wedding that she would admire the most, it would mean the most to her and her family. Not something royal, but more like just something to make her have a excitement and joy from being around each other. I don't know if she has felt that because of a lot of her father, but maybe finally having a sense of just her own life and like, this is what I chose to do. And then Nikolai starts to, once they're married, things start to get more like they feel like they kind of like go back and forth on whether or not they want kids or not. And I don't know if Jillian would want kids or not, but that would definitely be a possibility. I can't make me as a player. I don't know if they would. I would say it's kind of on the fence, but I think they probably spent some time thinking about it. And then, well, Nikolai kind of throws himself more into working and putting spells together. And after this is probably for out of like the first 3 years of them being together, he does a lot of working on spells, and he gets more into developing things and working with Opal and trying to find new sources of like how magic is in the world, how chaos is in the world. And I think that kind of, even though he doesn't want the power of it, he doesn't want the power to be taken by somebody again. He doesn't want that to lose, like chaos to be like loose in the world, because he wants to protect Ada and Dust. He doesn't want that to be part of something that has to be solved again. But at the same time, he starts to develop, and I think he meets with Dust a couple times every so often, and they start to have a pact. And I guess there was a time that Dust stops by and they have a conversation, and Nikolai's just on the wall, like off the wall, and he's just like trying to like, you have to be more cautious about the things that are going to happen in the world. And he goes on this tangent about what if things happen again, what are we going to do, what are we going to do about this if it happens, we have to be ready. And he's just like really adamant about trying to protect what's going on, but Dust doesn't know what to do because he's starting to have a family now. And so he's like, okay, fine, we'll start a guild. And so And then Nikolai's, okay, that's a good idea. We'll start a guild. And so Nikolai starts forming a guild and starts talking with Grok and starts talking with Whisper. And we start actually forming this guild that Nikolai spearheads. And he starts doing a documentation source of every source of like dark magic and chaotic magic and archives it. And over the like next 10 years, he starts archiving everything about the Sundering and about the whispers and echoes, and he also develops more about life and death. And he decides that I don't know if Jillian was supportive on this, but she might just feel like maybe I don't know if she pulled him away, but maybe she would be there to support him in a way because he knows he cares. She knows that he is really diligent in it and is like this is his passion, and maybe she would like they would still go on and like do adventures together and do cop supply things together. But I think Nikolai kind of his focus was kind of got split at some point. And I don't know if I think those meetings for the group would happen every so often. But I think as they got older, Nikolai slowly sees the other people not worrying about the bad things gonna happen again, but he still feels like okay, I still want these people to be safe. I want their lives to be preserved, and I don't care if mine's not. And so he devotes himself into magic that's gonna preserve himself. And if Jillian agreed to it, she would have preserved her life as well, and she would be able to. He would do that so that he would have somebody to live out however long they would want to live together, to be like they could have them and they could protect the world at least from, and then hold fast on the future generations that would save the human realm in some ever time. And that would go on till 20 years. And then I don't know if I think Nikolai would develop the clone spell or develop immortality and then develop more advanced chaotic energies that he would start to morph it into his own. And then he would also develop, I think he would get so invested into spells that he would eventually learn how to cast a wish. But he didn't know what he would probably save that. And I think just archive it in his book and maybe just hold on to that when he knew he needed to use it. And I think his wish would, if he would ever use a wish, it would be to wish that all of his friends had happy lives just the way that they were. But I don't know if he would actually wish that because it might just be happen the way it is. But he would hold on to the spell regardless if he didn't use it or not, because that's just more of has a really big contingencies. But that would be the long way, and then that would continue for Nikolai and Jillian would age, and they would. I don't know if I think. So there's two things I'm thinking about here. So if Nikolai had kids, I don't know. I don't think their kids would age with them, or they would age naturally, because I don't think he wouldn't have enough magic to preserve their lives also, because it would be, I don't know if that would work very well, or he would have to, because he wouldn't want that would be their own choice. He wouldn't want them to be like, oh wait, I have to keep on preserving lives. I feel like he would not want to do that, because then it would be harder if you have kids and then you have to watch them grow up and die. I feel like that would be horrible. But I think that if he would want to have, here's my other thought. I don't know if this is a little bit far-fetched, Dogma, but I think after developing the clone spell, Nikolai learned that he could reproduce a version of himself that was a different person, but was basically like not his kid, but his like I feel like a clone spell gone wrong, because he did this chaotic magic. He didn't know how to use clone, so it actually became a clone, but it wasn't him.
Yeah.
I just think that'd be so interesting as like a person, and then the clone grows up as the the nega version of Nikolai, like Ontego Nikolai or something. I don't know. And then he lives out his own life, and then because Nikolai was like, what? Like, what did I just create? And then, but he grows, and then so there's all these different areas, like the spells that Nikolai's learning, the guild that he's building, and then this future character arc, or character that is a clone of what Nikolai is, but is a different class. That would be my thought. And so Nikolai kind of just extends his life to try to protect the world, but also protect his friends and their futures.
Yeah. Okay. Time does pass. Your adventures, your stories being told, they will continue to be told. Whether or not they are seen is another story altogether. Tales of great individuals, tales of the heroes that lay, still grow to this day. Of a grand healer in the forest, keeping watch, keeping vigil, to save the lives that they can. Of a grand admiral that shines a light on the world that helps it illuminate even through the darkest tunnels. And of a grand wizard high above in the towers, casting spell after spell to save as many lives as they can. 10 years eventually pass. 10 years between their adventures, their tales, meeting again, speaking about how their guild is doing, speaking about their own friendships, their connections, their children, their creations that escape from a jar that continues to walk through this earth. Many more stories are had. As the next sundering happens, as the veil is thin once more, hands are joined together. Amara looks at Ada, clasping hands to help ease the worry and doubt. Nikolai, in turn, with his own significant other, takes their hand and looks into the sky in turn. And dust, among the dust, with his kids, with his spouse, look into the stars and know one thing to be true. This kingdom, this world has its heroes. And whatever change may lie, whatever corruption may move forwards, there is hope. And when that hope, there is safety. And that is their name, Hope's Contract. They seek to strive to protect. They seek to strive to safeguard one another. And their adventures, while not seen always, have yet to end. And we will see where their adventures lie, maybe somewhere in the future. But who knows? The future is always changing, especially with such powerful heroes messing with reality. And then see what they do next time as we end the campaign for today.